All right, so thanks for joining me. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you how to start an online blog-based business incredibly cheap, even if you're unsure you want to get started. So I'm going to show you how to kind of not put a ton of cash into it and just get started right away with kind of your own .com and get things going and cooking. So let's get started. I'm going to share with you some insight here and we're going to get going. So first off, we're going to check out my partner here. This is Porkbun, porkbun.com. You could just go ahead and visit. They got the little piggy over here and just type it in and go ahead, and what you'll be able to do is you can see this link right here at the top. There's a free WordPress thing right there that you could check out. So we're going to go ahead here. I use them a lot for domain name services, and you know, you could see there's a ton of getting started stuff right here. So if you're kind of saying, hey, well, I need one of those expensive plans, you really don't. You could just start out with something simple. You could do like a free 15-day trial, then $12 a month. You know, so there's different kind of stuff out here in plans from just getting started online. And it's a good way to kind of get things moving. So that way, if you are interested in having a blog right away, kind of like if you remember the old GeoCities, you could go ahead and get one and get started. And later on, you could always upgrade to a larger plan that they have, or even go to a more professional or dedicated service if need be. But anyways, to get things going, this is where a lot of people struggle. So here, look at this. It's got something free. So you need a domain anyway. So this is basically a free ad supported. So they do put some ads on there for Porkbun. But you do get started. You can get some disk space, you can get some memory, and just to get yourself cooking. Hey, you know, like see, hey, do I really want to do some blogging? Do I enjoy blogging? So you could go ahead and start, you know, searching for a domain name. So I might go ahead and type in start my blog now, and I'll do kind of like a bulk search. Start my now.blog doesn't work, you know, so you could kind of pick one out. So I'm going to go ahead and register one. There's one that start my blog, you know, let me just zoom in, start my blog now.xyz. It's only 98 cents. So for $1, I could basically have a domain name. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one, and I'm going to go ahead and do a checkout. So there it is. I click the plus sign. There's a checkout, and that .org was $7. This one is $1, and then it renews for $9.31 per year. All right, so what you could see here is this domain is basically 98 cents for the first year, and I could go ahead and add some more things in here, like add web hosting for as low as $2.50 a month. I'm not going to go ahead and do any of that right now. There's a web hosting trial. There's some other things that these domain names come from. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick checkout right here. So I'm going to go ahead and be back in just a quick second, and then I'll come back into the video. So all I'm going to do is just go ahead and click continue right there. And then I'm going to go in and log into my current account. And then I'm going to go through this process and I'll be right back. All right. So here I am in my account. So all I need to do is go into my domain name management. And this is kind of what the account panel looks like. It's pretty simple. I'm just blocking out all the domains I have because sometimes I do manage some things for some clients and so forth. But now that we're in the domain name management area, we can go ahead and scroll down to the domain I just purchased. All right, so here we have that domain. I kind of went ahead and blocked out some details over here. There is some contact information. It won't be public, but it is private in my own account, so it shows me what it is. I do have it set to auto renew, but there it is, startmyblognow.xyz. So now if I'm interested in, let's just say, going in and starting to get some hosting for this domain and actually start working on the website, I could go ahead and take a look right here. There's a website, nothing yet. I could go ahead and hit that edit button and start, you know, creating some things and making some online presence and starting to work with it. If you need to make some changes, there are some DNS. If you want to have your own hosting, there's some DNS records that you could go ahead and change. So that's kind of all right here. It's very similar to many other domain name services. You could just go ahead and kind of manage the account or that domain name stuff right in here in this kind of panel. So anyways, that's what I want to show you here. There's some, you know, cool stuff in here that you could go ahead and quickly flip on, switch off. It's very simple to use and it's not overly confusing. All right, so here we are kind of in this hosting solution now. So I went ahead and hit the edit button. You can see you could get a, you know, easy WordPress setup. I could go ahead and hit continue right now. And you could see kind of free 15-day trial. There's kind of a $24 a month with more disk space. You know, you could do a free 15 and then $60 for the first year. Then you know, and then it renews for $240 a year. So it just depends. And you could also do something for absolutely free. So let me just go ahead and get started and see what this is all about, just to show you kind of the free aspect of just getting started with a blog and kind of letting it roll. And that way you could start start your blog, you could go ahead and create kind of an admin, and I could set up kind of a temporary password right here, which I'll go ahead and start copying over right now. So let me just copy this, and I'm going to put it kind of in my notepad file over here. And then what I'll do is start being able to log into this area. So let's just check it out. You can see site status is live, WordPress login, change WordPress password. You can see I could probably switch some plans and so on. So there's a lot of things there. I don't believe you can have like every single plugin because again, the site is a little bit more of a free version, but it'll get you started, right? So I could go ahead and let's just say log in right here. Let me just see how this works. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to be able to get it going simply because of the DNS has to kind of work through. And by the way, there is also a note here that although the site setup on our servers is on the DNS, it can take some time, usually a few minutes, but sometimes 48 hours. So always be a little more patient with the servers and the networks. All right, so here I've waited a couple hours and now coming back to do the recording. So now what you'll be able to see is if I go ahead and click this live site, you'll see, hey, we've got something happening here. So we're able to kind of jumpstart the blog building process. Now you can see there is a little bit of a banner ad right here because, I am kind of on that free plan. So they do have some advertisements there that'll pop up on the website. You could go ahead and just do a login as well into the website. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick login to show you what that looks like. And you can see right here, we've kind of got a basic setup right here on the website. And we're able to actually use a WordPress website. And it gives you kind of the building tools. You could do some updates here. So we can just go ahead and just hit update. I can install also a handful of different plugins as well. But there are a few limitations on certain plugins just because of the security risks that they have in place there. But there we go. Boom. Website updated to 5.9. You can also look at different plugins, posts, and if I go into the appearance as well, I can, start customizing some of these templates and add some new ones. But that overall gives you kind of a starting point to building a blog based website. So you could see here, I could, start editing some of these locations on the primary menu. I could change my, website. Hey, this is my cooking blog. So you could slowly start tweaking it, and it gives you kind of an opportunity to tweak the website per your need with just some basic building blocks. So it's a great way, inexpensive way to go ahead and get yourself kind of a domain name and get your hosting kind of up and running and get your website started. You can always later on upgrade your hosting if needed, but this is a nice starting point as well. So anyways, I hope that helps and gives you some insight to, just building a website for cheap, having a domain name. Porkbun is definitely a great starting point. There's a couple of other website hostings that you could go with. You could also check out my website there on the resources page, from camera equipment to mailing list companies, you name it. So just always check out the website that I have under the resources at backstageincome.com. Thanks for joining me. Enjoy the rest of the week ahead, and I will see you guys next time.